Good morning, all of you. Today we'll see an important session on Lambda. See, in this experiment, we are trying to integrate Lambda with the S3 bucket. The flow of this experiment will be like this. That is, we are uploading a file into the S3 bucket, and immediately the event is going to be triggered Lambda. Okay, and whatever the information is written in the Lambda, that will be notified in the logs that we can see in the CloudWatch metrics also. So this experiment is the simplest experiment. We can do further more with the same concept. Okay, so let us start. Let me log in into my AWS root user account. Once I log in into my AWS root user account, I'll straight away create an S3 bucket. As you can see, step number 1 is create a bucket in S3. So I'm just creating S3 bucket in one region. I'm selecting a region name is North Virginia. Okay, so I just click create a bucket here. Let me give integration Lambda. Now I'm selecting North Virginia, that is East 1 in the use region, and I'm keeping ACLs enabled and blocking. Remaining all I'm keeping as it is, creating a bucket. So this is how the bucket is going to be created here. As you can see here, when I click on refresh, you're able to see bucket name, that is integration Lambda, US East 1, object can be public, and January 18th. This is the object. This is step number 1. Next we need to create a Lambda. Okay, preferably in the same region you have to select, and the language is Python 3.9 for this particular code. Now let me type Lambda. Lambda is basically serverless service. Basically serverless doesn't mean that there is no server. There is a server, but we are not going to purchasing that, we are not going to provisioning that, we are not going to managing that. Okay, so we'll take the help of this server, but we will not gonna manage it, right? AWS will create on behalf of us. So Lambda, I'm creating a function here. Let me give a name as integration Lambda S3, since we are trying to connecting with this. So let me select Python 3.9, architecture x86, and let me create a new role new role with the basic Lambda. So I'm selecting this and click on create function. Let me select create a new role from AWS policy templates. Here a role name I'm giving as integration Lambda S3, and I'm selecting S3 here. As I can see, Amazon S3 object read only permissions being selected here, and next click create function. Then this function is gonna create it now with a role associated with as an identity and access management role. Okay, this is the IAM role. Now the integration Lambda S3 was ready with us, and this is the basic Lambda function default in Python 3.9. You can directly test and see the results here. Okay, and before we do any modifications, we should make sure we are going to integrating this with the S3. Okay, so I have taken a source of the code here from internet, and I am just going to use that particular code here for checking this integration lambda with S3. Before I do, I am just trying to integrating this, adding the trigger to S3 bucket. Okay, so hope you remember the S3 bucket which I have selected. Okay, so let me type S3 here, and it will take me to select the list of buckets which I have created. Recently I have created integration lambda. I have selected it, and I am selecting put, post, copy, whatever. I am selecting all object to create functions, and I am not specifically mentioning type of the file. Okay, I am just keeping it as a default. And this is how I added triggered my S3 bucket with my lambda. Now you can see back to S3, open that bucket and go to properties and come down, see whether in the notifications you could able to add integration lambda S3 lambda function or not. Yes, you have integrated. Yes, so this is the same function which you have integrated with the S3, right? After this, let us do an experiment here. If I my ultimate object here is to, if I upload any file in my S3 bucket, okay, I should immediately able to see the results here in this particular monitor. Okay, so that's what my experiment is all about. For that regard, I am taking a small piece of code here that is written in Python S3. We copy and paste it over here in my code. Okay, this is my sample code written in Python. Okay, json.dumps and function, loading function S3. Immediately the lambda handler event context is going to be triggered here, and this record is going to be stored here in the bucket, and we can able to display that information in the form of key, try and exception, and finally if any such content is there, it is going to display immediately what kind of type of this particular file. If the file type is image file, it will notify you that it is an image. If it is a video, it will notify that its content type is of this kind. Like such information is going to be displayed here in this bucket. There is nothing new in this. Okay, but anyhow, before we proceed, let us click on deploy. The moment when you click on deploy and click on test, it will ask you to write the event test configuration. Okay, so my event name is integration, right? Integration lambda S3, right? And let it be the same JSON format. Click on save. Now if you just click on test, okay, you can able to see the records which were found here in this lambda can be displayed here in this monitor. Okay, you can see the CloudWatch. There is a custom, and you can also see some of the metrics here, and all these metrics are going to be displayed here. 0.5 invocations and 1 invocation, so duration is 1. All those can be shown here, and you can also see the logs. invocations you can see in the form of logs, and you can see the traces here. If you wait for 1 minute, probably the results are going to be shown here in the form of invocations. Accuracy, it depends on the custom that you have mentioned here. Okay, just click on a refresh button, you can see the result. Lambda logs all requests handled by your functions and automatically stores logs generated by your code through a major cloud watch. To validate your code, instrument it with the custom logging statements. The following tables list the most recent and most expensive function invocations across all functions activity. To view logs for a specific function version or alias, list the monitor section at the level. Okay, so you can see here the custom data here in the form of invocations. You can see one point is added here exactly, and this is also added here exactly. It is showing one now, and you can see the logs also. All these you can customize here. And you can see this green color, number of invocations. It means that the invocations are going to be recorded. Means whatever the activity that you have performed here is going to be displayed here, and ultimately it should tell what kind of content that you have uploaded. Okay, so let us wait for that. Invocation should come, and see, this is the log stream, and if you click on this log stream, it will tell you the type of the content. Okay, so it's only the empty that you have done here. Now if I upload a file here, if I just simply upload a file, you select this file and add files, and just simply upload a PDF file here, for example. Okay, and click on upload. This is gonna be uploaded, this is gonna be executed because we have added the trigger here. So on behalf of us, this code is get executed. This code get executed because we have uploaded a file here, isn't it or not? If you can see, this file is uploaded and it is gonna executed on behalf of us, and it shows the information what kind of content is being uploaded here. Okay, so go to the logs and see that what kind of information being shown here. Okay, so click on cloud view and log groups are there. This is on 18th January. port 39. If you keep on refreshing, see guys, that is the file that you can find in the logs, because you have uploaded that file and it is gonna showing you here. If you just click on it, it will take you to CloudWatch view, and in this this will tell you the content type is a PDF file. Okay, PDF file, right? So this is how the results are going to be displayed. Whatever that you have written in the code, like to display the content type, it is going to display. Okay, content type is going to be displayed. Very simple, right? So this is what the topic is all about. I am just adding all the required steps as well as the code for you in the recording session for practice purpose. All the very best. Thank you.